just because I had a whole sheet of paper and I thought we might as well practice a little bit extra. But your quiz is only going to be one problem. All right, everybody hear that?
Yes.
You're only going to have one. You're only going to have one to do. So we're going to run through both of these though, so we get double practice, so that we can have another really top-notch quiz score. Okay, so look just like this, got the triangle already drawn. So here we go. Guess who LKF is? I'm an egomaniac. This is my triangle. All right, there we go. So, we need to find everything that's missing, which means what? Angle F, right? Side L and side K. So, you have to find all three of those things. So kind of just looking at it for a minute, what do you think you might be able to find first? Angle F. Angle F should be easy for you, because why? You got two of them already. Whenever you have two angles, you always want to just subtract from 180 to get the third one. We do not do that with sides. That only works with angles. So I think angle F is 45 degrees. And so in the F blank, angle F blank, you'll write 45 degrees, right? Okay, now, how are we going to start finding the other things we need? So what you're saying, Lauren, is that proportion, which is the law of sines. So she's saying sine, let's see, here's my set I want to use. Sine 45 over 7. That's the set I want to start with because that's the one I know. The only set I have both parts to. Now, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to do them both. So what do you want to say? Equals sine 54 over L. Now, we are going to have to also do sine 45 over 7 equals sine 81 over K. You have to do them both. The order that you do them does not matter one bit. Okay, so if we're doing this one first, what do I do? How do I solve this? Cross multiply. So L sine 45 equals 7 sine 54. Just cross multiply. Remember this from yesterday? Yes, Mrs. Ford, we love the law of sines. How do we go from here? We want to know what L is. So we'll divide by sine 45. So L equals 7 sine 54, close parentheses, divided by sine 45. 8.01 if we round off to the nearest hundred. So in the blank called little l, you'll write 8.01.
Is it degrees?
Is little l a degree?
No.
No. Little l would be feet or inches or miles or whatever this unit is, but I didn't have one on there. What's the only thing that's going to be degrees? The capital letters, yeah, the angles, the capital letters. All right, go ahead and type this in, see if you can get, work out little k, and see if you can get the right answer all by yourself. Tell me if I did that right. So, one problem on tomorrow's quiz could look just like this. Got it? All right, let's look at the second one. The amount of work is the same, but this one's a little bit different. You're going to see why in a minute if you haven't already figured it out. TEF is my husband, so this is his problem. And I might as well tell you, I have 4 versions of tomorrow's quiz, one for each of my children. So you
I
know.
got excited because I saw TV.
Oh, you thought that was you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's special.
No, it's Tom Ford. All right, so here we go. This time we have to find big F, big T, and little f. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now, what makes this one different is last time we just jumped in and found that angle because we had 2 of them. We aren't going to be able to do that this time. What we do notice though is we have a pair right here, don't we?
Yes.
So we're going to start with sine 139 over 21. And then we have to figure out what we're going to set that equal to. Well, the only other thing we know is 17. So I guess we'll say sine t over 17. Now, I'm going to say this again. I said it yesterday. This is a unit. You can't break it up. The sine and the t are together. Okay? So when you cross multiply, it's 21 sine t equal to 17 sine 139. And then these are not break apartable. So the only thing you can divide by is 21, right?
Yes.
And then that's going to leave you with sine t. You can't split that. That is a unit. Sine t equal to this. Are you still with me? Now, how in the world do I type that into my calculator?
Second sine.
Second sine. And you just type second sine, and then you type this in exactly like it's written. So second sine, type it in, remembering to close the parentheses after the 139. So, second sine, 17 sine 139, close parentheses, divided by 21. I got 32.08. Now, check that out. Make sure you get that typed in. You're getting 32.08 degrees. Everybody should be typing. Second sine, 17 sine 139, close the parentheses, divided by 21. Did I do it right? Okay. Now, look here. You already knew that one was 139. Now you know that one's 32. How are we going to get big F? We're going to subtract from 180. So 180 minus 139 minus 32.08. And F, oh, F is tiny. 8.92? Right? There's only one thing left to find, and that's side F. So guess what we're going to do? Set up a proportion again. This time, we're still starting with sine 139 over 21, but this time we're going to set it equal to what if we want to find little f? Sine 8.92. Don't forget, it's the law of sines. You gotta have signs in there. 8.92 divided by f. Let's see if you can figure that out. Do as many or as few steps as you want. Doesn't matter to me. Let's just make sure we all get the same answer. I got 4.96.
Units.
So, each of those problems was a law of sines problem, right? But they were a little bit different because one of them we knew two angles to start with, and the other one, this one, we had to find an angle. And what do we do to find an angle? Second sine, right? We set it up the same way. It's just when we get to this point, we have to second sine. Okie smokies. So tomorrow we get one of those. All right. This would be a good time to go to lunch, and I need you back at 1 o'clock. We got a late start, so I need you back at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. No, because it's not right time.
Hey, Izzy.
We gotta have a 90.
Izzy.
Okay? So
I
if you
have
have a
questions.
90-degree angle, you can.
She has a question.
I do not. Somebody might, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Did you turn off the video, Ashley?
No, did you want me to?
It's okay.